you were saying the makeup beautifies them. It accentuates the the features that they already have. And when it does that, some of them are kind of like assholes a little bit, right?
No, it's supposed to accentuate your beauty because that's what I use
Mhm,
makeup for. But the thing about it is like it just changes their whole demeanor. I'm
mhm.
talking about it's not them anymore. Like
Yeah.
I've done seen crazy transformations, like the whole process. I was like, wait, what? Are we looking at the same woman right now? Because like I don't see her in there at
But see,
all.
that's what I'm talking
Like
about though, Inky. It doesn't just change their looks, it
the
changes
whole thing.
their spirit too. I'm trying to say this without sounding like an asshole, but regardless of how I say it, I'm gonna sound like an asshole. And not to you, but I'm just saying
Hmm.
like to women who will listen to this and hear this, they'd be like, "Oh, he's just one of those, chauvinistic guys or whatever." But like my thing is, you were saying the makeup beautifies them. It accentuates the the features that they already have. And when it does that, some of them are kind of like assholes a little bit, right? Like that is how do I say this? I'm trying not to be an asshole.
No,
Um
it's supposed to accentuate your beauty because that's what I use
mhm,
makeup for. But the thing about it is like it just changes their whole demeanor. I'm
mhm,
talking about it's not them anymore. Like
yeah.
I've done seen crazy transformations, like the whole process. I was like, wait, what? Are we looking at the same woman right now? Because like I don't see her in there at
But see,
all.
that's what I'm talking
Like
about though, Inky. It doesn't just change their looks, it
the
changes
whole thing.
their spirit too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it changes their spirit, it changes their attitude. Um and that is felt. That is not something that can be like hidden. Like if a guy's out in the street and he sees you walking, he sees your energy. And 9 times out of
Mm-hmm.
10, this isn't the first time that like you the woman's put on makeup, so she's been kind of like getting this energy built up however long she's been doing this. And then in
Mm-hmm.
life she's probably had some guys who have talked to her and was like disrespectful or rude, so now she's kind of like hardened to guys a little bit more, and then she puts on a little bit makeup to make herself feel better and stuff like that, and then she goes out into the world, and now because she's been hardened by these assholes that are out there, she doesn't know which asshole is which or who's who. So
Mm-hmm.
because she's been approached like that by a previous guy before, now she takes that energy and she throws it on an unseeming guy that like was like really cool or could have been really nice to her. But
Right.
it's almost like a vicious cycle, because then the guy becomes an asshole and it's a whole different thing. So I think people ultimately should just be humble, man. I think it would do a lot of people a lot of good.
Mm, I hear you. What's that spider? But yeah, but it's like that's my thing with like, like females and makeup. Like I don't have any podcasts or anything, but I always tell like people that's like, okay, like you fail to understand that cosmetics are temporary fix. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But you have to do skincare. Like if you really want to, look a certain way, like you have to care for yourself.
Hmm.
Like so that it's like you wouldn't really be, because a lot of these people that wears like a lot of makeup to boost their confidence, like they might say that I'm bad and this and that and this and that, but the truth
Hmm.
is they're insecure deep inside. They are, because it's like if you're not, then you wouldn't have a problem being barefaced at all.
So
Like I done, it's like a
it's like a
mask. It's like
deep
a mask.
deep insecurity.
It is like they're deep, they're insecure deep inside, but they're not gonna show it to you. well, the reason why I said it is because it's like you're not confident enough to show yourself. For one, because you don't take care of yourself, you don't take care of your skin. So yeah, like you might have a few blemishes here and there, and I promise you, they hate it. I know people that puts on makeup right, right, in the moment that they wake up. You know,
So I got a
like I
question
have
for
one.
you,
Go ahead.
because you before I forget, because I had an edible already, so I'm feeling myself. But
I
but
good.
so you said that it's like a beautification or whatever in the woman, like it basically boasts her up. But what would happen if the woman takes off the makeup? Like what happens? Just off the top of your head, what happens to the woman if she just stops wearing the makeup altogether, period, and she goes out with that face?
I mean, she
Like
probably is not gonna
I'm
get the
talking about
same.
straight out the shower. Like God said, like she had to go straight out the shower. The way she can do her hair, but face is exactly the way it is. It's not gonna change.
I mean, to some women, they don't really get as much attention as they getting when they're all dolled up and shit. But you know, it's the thing about it is like, and
But I'm trying to
nowadays
get to
they
a point though, Inky. Like, what happens to the woman? Like, what happens in her daily life?
they feel different. They feel different. They don't feel themselves. They don't feel as confident as they are. So they act different. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It's like they're not like, because it's like
How
they feel that because it's like wearing makeup and wearing all the extra shit. It feels like
you
something
said
that they couldn't live
different?
without.
I want to pound down on this. What difference? What is the difference?
It's the confidence level that's different. That's what's different. Because, like I said, they don't feel like themselves without it because they've been doing it for so long. So if somebody that like does makeup all the time, and look their face in the mirror or whatever, especially if they do if they do like a transformation type of makeup, right? So when
But
you
that's the real them, right? Like fresh
yeah.
face, that's the real them.
Hmm.
So at
Yeah.
the end of the
That no,
go
because
ahead.
they don't like the real them. That's the thing. They don't like the real them. They're not feeling the real them. They're not embracing the real them. So what I'm saying is like a lot of these women that feels the need that they have to do all of that just to look attractive in the eyes of others are not confident on themselves.
So I guess what it's a hard truth. It's just a hard pill. It it humbles them. Essentially, that's what really happens. It
Mhm.
humbles them, and
It
because
do.
it humbles them, it brings them down to a lower peg or a lower rung. And it's not that, because when a guy says humble, it sounds derogatory towards women, and that's not what I'm trying to get to.
No, it's not really derogatory. It just brings you to reality. It's just like the same thing that what you call it. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example that I use that word, right? So I went to ride a jeepney, right? And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden, like there was no seat at the back. So I had to sit
Hmm.
in the front, right? Knowing my height, I'm short, right?
Hmm.
So what you call it? I mean, I know I'm a butt motherfucker. Like, there's no two ways about that. But it's like how I feel about my height.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really like it wasn't really in my face like that because I don't really be on that. So when I say it humbles me, by the time that what you call it, by the time that I had to step up on that front seat, I couldn't even reach it because I'm short as fuck. So I was like, God damn, that shit humbles me. So it brings me to reality. It's like, I'm a
you
itty bitty bitch.
you
I'm a
stupid.
itty bitty bitch.
Hey, I'm a short dude myself, so you know,
Hmm.
I'm a short. I'm only 5'7", so I'm a short dude myself. So I understand. I've been on those jeepneys before, and I can.
Hmm.
I've never. Well, actually, no, I haven't. I haven't been on the jeepneys. I've been on the trikes,
Try.
the
Yeah.
trike sickles before. And since we're talking about that, why don't we just kind of like tell people like where you're from? Are you in the Philippines or are you in the States right now?
I'm currently in the States, but I'm originally from the Philippines.
Okay. Um, and if you don't mind, I hope I'm not getting too much into your business. You can tell me, shut the hell up. I don't want to talk about that at any point. Just tell me, shut the fuck up, whatever. It don't matter.
Uh-huh.
Um, when did you move over to the States?
Well, I didn't really move. It's just a few months.
Oh, it's just a
I've
few
been,
months.
yeah.
Okay. Um,
Hmm.
and for those people who don't know, because I know, I asked you this before. I was like, you look uh, African American, and but I know you're Filipino, and you're also mixed too. What else are you mixed with? Because it's not
Puerto
African,
Rican?
Puerto Rican. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, because a lot of people will be like, oh, she's pretty, like, is she Filipino? Is she not Filipino? Like they'll ask, they'll be wondering and stuff like that. Um, I'm going back over there. I'm going to try to get back over there in February, um, so I can go see my wife and her family and all the people over there. And I can't wait to get back, man.
Hey
Like,
there.
I love the Philippines. I love everything about it. And then, of course, my wife is over there, so it
Mhm.
it's just dope. You have family over in the Philippines, right?
My kids, yeah. What's up, EK? How you been?
Your kids are over there? I didn't know that.
Yeah, my kids are in the Philippines. What's good
Okay.
with you? Long time.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. I know you doing your stream too, so it's all good.
Yeah, my bad.
It's all good. It's all
Banderella.
good.
Hmm.
What else was I going to say to you?
Not the banderella.
What else was I going to ask you? Oh, where are you in Manila? Or were you in Manila?
Um, no, somewhere around Pampanga.
Oh,
Like
Pampanga,
my house is somewhere
Angeles.
around Pampanga.
Okay, okay, I got you.
Hmm.
Um, what do you think about the differences between the states and the Philippines? Is there like a big
A
difference?
lot.
Like,
A whole lot. First of all, the culture. Ooh, thank you. Yeah, first of all, the culture is different. The way
hmm
that we are is like we're somewhat conservative in a sense, and the
hmm
like we're very I would we're very hospitable. People are like a lot friendlier. The life is a lot is simple.
hmm
It's See, the thing with the Philippines is because it's like we're so used to simple stuff. So when we able to have something that's like more than what we're used to, like we're grateful about it. And it's like
hmm
we don't really, I don't know, how would you put it this way? It's a whole different ball game in the States rather than in the Philippines.
hmm would you call
People
that
are
humble a
different.
little bit?
Hmm?
Would you call that being humble a little bit?
No, I'm just being, realistic about things. Thank
No,
you,
no, I'm
okay?
not. I'm not. I'm just like a humble life. I mean, like the Philippines is
Yes,
like a humble
basically, yeah.
life.
Like we live a simple life, a humble life, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like we just go for like what we need, like the wants are not so much. And like even the
hmm
wants are simple, like you
hmm
wouldn't even hear them as like, oh, I want a designer this, I want a designer. Like we're not really big on that. We just
hmm
like want a how do you say it? A comfortable life,
hmm
you
Um,
know.
I think a lot of guys from the states have uh have picked up onto that, and they're like, "Oh my
Mhm.
god!" Like the women over there are beautiful, physically, but their personality is beautiful too. And I think that's why a lot of guys are actually going over there now and talking to women and stuff like that. So I'm sure you've heard about
Mhm.
it.
A lot, and it's like we received a lot of hate on that for as well, because they're like, oh, they were going for Asians now, they don't like Western women anymore and all that type of stuff. But it's like Here's my 2 cents on that. Like, have you ever thought
Be
for
careful.
1 second?
Be careful. Okay.
I know this is I know this is very controversial, but I'm gonna say
Okay.
my 2 cents on this.
Okay.
But it's more of the culture and how we treat our man, and what you call it, how we treat our man and how we appreciate things. Just because we mostly come from nothing, because of the economy. Like, we're more appreciative of everything that our man has done for us. I'm not saying all Western women. I've met a
Hmm.
few that are nice,
Yeah, of
but
course.
majority is when their man does something for them, instead of appreciating it and saying thank you, Benji, appreciate that. Appreciating it and saying thank you, they were like, "Oh, you're supposed to do that anyways." You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, and here's another thing to where, hello, how you doing? Here's another thing as well, because I asked a friend. I have a friend that lived in the Philippines for a while, and he was originally from Houston. And I asked him, is like, why do you choose to date, somebody that's like from a different country, or like
Hmm.
somebody from you know, from Asia,
Hmm.
specifically from the Philippines. And he said, like, listen, like, it's what you call it, like, my girl, like, if I tell her that I'm hungry, like, she would get up 3 o'clock in the morning and make me something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
While his experience on dating Western women is like, shit, order something, or
So so
they're
let
not
me
even gonna
ask you
put in the
this.
effort to do something for you.
So
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about the women who say like the men just want to like be chased now, or that they're sassy now because they want women to do that? Like, and I want to stress too that I'm not talking about all women. She's not talking about all women. She clearly said that she's not talking about all women. We're talking about a certain sector of women who talk like this and who have attitudes and who are tripping and being an asshole. If that's not you, it's not you. They talk about the man being sassy, because they want to go over to the Philippines and actually be around women who are like that. Be around women who are just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they just simple. They want a simple life. They want love. They want happiness. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like, is that sassy to you? Is that like something that you wouldn't want in a man?
I mean, like, going for somebody that knows how to appreciate them and value them as a man that they are. I don't think that is sassy. Like, oh, now don't get me wrong. There's men out there that are like sassy and likes to be chased, and
Let's
I
keep
don't
it.
have
Yeah,
a problem
exactly. Let's keep it
putting
real.
them
Let's
in their
talk
place
about
anyways.
all of it. So let's talk about the sassy man too. So, have you ever encountered a man who is like, "Uh oh, you smiling already"? Have you ever encountered a man who's like sassy?
Oh, a lot of them.
A lot of them. So,
Mm-hmm.
I want your honest opinion. Honest opinion, Inky. When I say this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there is more majority of sassy men or just regular men?
I mean, like, my experience in Philippines is a lot, right? So it's like, as we
Sassy
all
men in the
know,
Philippines?
no, not Filipinos, but I'm talking about
Oh,
like, foreign men. I'm not just
okay.
gonna say African American man, but majority of it is that. But
Mm-hmm.
like, in my experience, right? So like I wouldn't say the chase is different, but it's more of like some men, because they get so much attention when they get there. There's like, they started being sassy. How can a man be sassy for?
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, they started being sassy to where like they're so used that women are chasing them. Because okay, so I go to the club, right? and like they would approach me and was like, "Can I buy you a drink whatsoever?" And then
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's a regular conversation and they're not being disrespectful, like I wouldn't say no. I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
stuck up bitch. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you're coming to me as like a human being and you're being decent about it, like I don't really mind talking to you and me having a conversation with you over a drink. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing about it is like like some men like that, like they expect you to go home right away. I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
expect you to go home with them as soon as they buy you a drink. And so I was like, listen, I'm not one of those girls. So it's like you
Right.
got it twisted. Like I'm not stuck up. I'm friendly, but I'm not one of those girls. And he
Right.
was like, oh, whatever. You ain't even all that anyways. I'm like, first of all, you're the one that approached me. But then because they're so used to this women that chasing them, that literally chases them everywhere they go,
Mm-hmm.
so, when they come across a woman like me, they're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you think you all that? I could get 10 bitches, no problem. Excuse the
So
language, but it's like I could get 10 women, 10 of you with no problem.
so I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna probably get grief from the guys on this, but those I would, you know, consider, in my opinion, passport pookies. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and here's why I say that is because those guys, and this is not for guys that are going to the club or anything like that, but they're going over with just like a mindset of like trying to sleep with women. Like, do your thing. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of guys are also going over there because they've found like a genuine connection,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking to someone that they want to be serious with and possibly marry. So
Right.
there's like a complete difference between those guys, and you can find them like they're in completely different places. So you might run into those guys at the club for sure. You absolutely
I mean,
might.
there's no telling, you know what I mean? There's no telling where you gonna. I mean, shit. Like I met my ex fiance like in the club. Like I wasn't even
Mm-hmm.
looking. We wasn't even looking at anything. It just happened.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so I'm not gonna get into
No,
that.
no,
We not.
Mr. LA said, "Sassy is bold, lively, and full of spirit." Not really. I mean, that's not really bad qualities. It's like when you say sassy, they're like, it's. I mean, they're bold, yeah, definitely. But it's there's something about them that's just like a little off to me. When when they come off to you like, what's the word? They think they're the ish. You
So
know.
so okay, so I'm gonna ask this. I'm
Hmm.
nervous to ask. So you said your ex dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a series of questions. This is go. I know this is about to sound weird. You know this.
Oh
How
no.
tall was he?
He was like 6. I like tall guys, so he's like 6'2".
Okay. Was he
Mm-hmm.
African American?
Yes. When I met him, he was in the service, so he got a good physique and all of that good stuff.
Okay. Good physique, African American, over 6 feet tall.
Hmm.
Is he doing okay for himself financially?
Yes, he's
Okay.
stable. Gordon, actually.
Inky, you know that's a type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
So,
mean, shit, I like tall guys.
I look, look. There's nothing wrong with what you like. I'm not saying that at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we all like what we like. We can't help that. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, those guys are usually sought after the most. Like they're usually sought after the most. So I mean, I won't say 9 times out of 10, but
I
let's
did give
say
that.
maybe a good six or seven, 6 or 7 times out of 10. Those are usually the guys with options. So they gon' they gon' dip around a little bit.
Oh, that's when you're wrong, because it's like I mean, like I always get hit on by like those type of guys. I'm
No, I'm
not
not
saying all
talking
they ever
about you. I mean like him.
No,
Like
but no,
he.
it depends on the guy though. Like, okay, just
Mhm.
because they look a certain type of way doesn't mean that they're always available to do whatever. I mean, they can if they want to, but like I
That's
said,
true.
it still depends on the person.
Exactly. I absolutely agree, but they have the option. So
They do.
remember when we were talking about um, when women put on the makeup and then it changes their personality?
Yeah.
Well, in this situation for a man, when a man naturally has good looks, he's built up, he's made himself that way, it brings on a different spirit. And because it brings on a different spirit, he may not act upon those things because he either has like a faith or he has like a good moral compass or something like that
Hmm.
to where he won't act on it. But in the back of that, I'm sorry, in the back of that dude's head, he knows I'm the shit. You've made it to the end of this video, which basically means that we're best friends now. And best friends subscribe to best friends channels. And they like their videos too. So, I mean, I don't make the rules. It is what it is. You got to take that up under the Best Friend Act, code dash 7223 002. Write a subscription and subscribe.